On.
Hold on.
Oh, Keith,
Right.
what am I holding on to?
Hold on to that thought.
Okay.
I'm Keith.
I'm Brian, and this is Wine Guys TV.
We're just talking about wines and the caliber of wines we do here on Wine Guys TV. It's not always. Brian just said we'd like to think that.
No.
We'd like to have you think. Go ahead.
I think viewers probably would think, because we're Wine Guys TV, that we evaluate high quality wines, top shelf wines all the time.
Now, high quality, top shelf are two different definitions there to me.
Well, I'm glad you point that out
I would say.
and explain that to our viewers.
High quality meaning it can be any price range and the quality is high. Top shelf meaning price is probably $18 and higher.
And when I said that, the combination of the two, I'm thinking of embracing all of that and the, not AOC, but the AVAs and the government standards.
Because you were looking at this bottle from Elahi.
Right. I mean, you can have everything from the lowest quality being vented and bottled by, cellared and bottled by, to the highest being estate produced and bottled by. And that tells you that's the highest quality. Actually, it's a bit of information. And this is kind of
really important information.
The theme. It's been the theme today. Really,
right?
That most people don't realize. The average consumer, when they look at a bottle, if it says the word reserve, they're like, "Oh, well, that's
okay, yeah, this is good. This is good. Go ahead.
That's the good
This is
one.
the good stuff.
That's the good stuff." And reserve or reserva. In other countries outside of the United States, that has legal definition, and the word reserve does give it a higher standard.
Right.
In California or in the United States,
yeah,
could be New York,
yeah.
You put reserve, it could be a 5-gallon, jug wine, and not that jug wine is an inferior wine, because you can have high quality wines in large volume as well. But,
sure.
But you know where I'm going with this. Table wine, cheap juice, you can put reserve on the label, and no one can tell you not to.
Isn't that sad?
But the consumer thinks, oh, it's reserve, so it's got to be good. So you're focused on the wrong words. Don't be focused on reserve.
Right.
If you're looking for the absolute best that's offered in the United States, what you should be looking for is estate produced and bottled by. Produced and bottled by
is very important.
Yeah.
Right? And typically you will find that on the back label, on the very bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And why vineyards do that, well, I don't really understand that, but I do understand it, because they understand that consumers don't know what that means.
Well, and you know what?
And it doesn't carry the name reserve.
And I'll take it one step further. The reason why they put that on the back label is because technically, in the eyes of the Bureau of, it's no longer the Bureau of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and it's now the ATTTB.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So our government agency doesn't. You look at a bottle and you say, "Oh, that's the front label." But it's not. Technically, in the government's eyes, that's the back label. All the information that you see
that you need to know
is technically, in the eyes of the government, has to be put on the front label.
Right.
Well, the reason why you think it's the back label is because all retailers put the pretty side out front for you to see.
Right.
But that's, like I say, really, in all
the meaningless side.
Is the back side.
Right.
So the front side has to have this information, and that's why it's there and not on.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Yeah. So, and again, we're here to educate you and inform you, and
hopefully entertain you.
Yeah, entertain. But we want our consumers, our customer, our followers, or fans, if we want to call them followers. That's a bad word. It reminds me of Jim Jones or something.
Oh, and didn't he have the punch? And we got the wine.
No, but we want people to be informed and go to wine shops. And my challenge, not challenge, but is to go to wine shops, and don't open that yet because that's a different show. This is our information show.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Go to wine shop and challenge your wine buyer, or the person you buy wine, and test them a little bit and see if they know.
Oh, good call.
I mean, I think
have
that's
them ask those questions to them, and see
go,
how
what does
many
this
can
mean?
actually answer. Yeah, and I would bet 90. You tell me how many. What's the percentage you think? I bet it's over 90%.
I'd say 95%.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
To look for what the standards.
What it all means.
Yeah.
Does reserve mean anything in this country? No, it really doesn't. Now, we're not saying, you can buy a wine out of California that's $7, it's a reserve on it, and it may be better than a produced and bottled by or estate bottle from Napa that's $30. I mean, we're not saying those wines are inferior. They're not all the time, but we just want you to know that chances are, if it's produced and bottled by estate, all these different terms, if you know the right terms, you'll know what you're buying, and you'll appreciate where the wine is coming from.
Yeah. So if Keith had his own winery, the Miller Winery,
right?
You might find that the juice on the hillsides is better than the grapes that are grown in your valley, and so you're going to call that your reserve. Or it could very well be that you think the grapes on your valley floor, which, mind you, is always in the eyes of any grower, is the inferior grape. But maybe Keith thinks because the warm sunlight reflects the light off the water onto the vines, that particular side of the vineyard creates or grows for better grapes. He decides that that's going to be his reserve, and not the grapes on the hillside, which 95% of all your producers would say that would be your reserve. Right. So he may have different reasons the microclimate is such, but it's okay, because no one can say he's wrong, because reserve has no legal definition. Right.
I could put reserve on it when it's a state bottle just to sell it faster.
Right, and I think a lot of people do just that.
I'm Keith.
I'm Brian.
And this is
WineGuysTV.com.
Thanks, and we'll see you again.
Let's go get some wine.
Let's go.
All right.